I brought Rich on. One of the main reasons is because Rich, to me, is one of those people that epitomizes leadership. He's somebody who I look up to, and as a youth pastor, I try to glean from people how to lead in situations. It's for me, leadership wasn't something that just comes extremely naturally, and there's been a lot of hiccups along the road and a lot of things that I wish that I could take back that I've done. But with that being said, he's one of those people that I've gleaned a lot of my leadership ability and skills from. And so, would you say that leadership was something that came naturally to you in life, or would you say that it's something that was learned and developed?
Well, first of all, thank you. Thank you for all the kind words, and I really appreciate you having me on. This has been a fantastic experience. It's going to be a fantastic experience. And so when you ask me about leadership, it goes a lot of different ways. As you know, I am a basketball coach in addition to my classes that I teach. And I have the unique opportunity I'm 51, almost 30 years to lead a group of young men to do differently what society asks from them, and do it differently in a way to stretch them and bring them closer to goals, to make them better people. And so I truly believe that you have certain gifts, and you're giving gifts sometimes at different times in your life as it fits in for certain seasons. And I feel that experience, God has allowed me to use those experiences and apply them everywhere else. I mean, I look at organizations, I look at people, and I have had some great mentors. Bill Stricker is an unbelievable mentor for me.
Yeah, he was the dad of Matt Stricker, who was on the podcast
last
week.
Yes, and absolutely, and it goes into some of the skills that I learned. But I like to talk about Bill because he was a way, and this is one of the skills that I learned in leadership, is that you need to come beside the person. You can't be the person who's way above them or way below. You want to come beside the person and take him where he comes along. And Coach Stricker, Bill, was great with that. I was a young coach. I didn't even know I needed a mentor. And he was there. And I said, Bill, you want to come help out? You need to do these things. And here I am, a brash young kid, just learned my first job. And this guy, he worked in the NBA, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
So instead of being on this high level, high horse, he came down to the level and made us better. And I think that's ties into Jesus serving the feet of others. You're serving others. In order to serve others, you need to connect with others, and you need to be at their level to connect with those people. So to answer your question, I believe it's a combination of searching for your gifts and then building upon those gifts.
Yeah, it's almost like that leadership quality that come beside. You're one of the people that I know that's almost the best at making something feel like it was somebody else's idea. Right, leading somebody in a way that they're like, oh yeah, this is my idea. They run with it, but in reality, you plant the seed, you watered it, you kind of led them along in that way. And I think a lot of leading from beside somebody really is that, right? Giving them the opportunity to have authority in a situation, giving them the opportunity to feel valued. And it's funny, probably one of my biggest mentors and one of your best friends too, Scott Connor, was my boss here at First Baptist for a while, but I really consider him one of my good friends as well now. But he was one of those people where he would just come alongside of you and he would make you feel secure. He would make you feel like you've accomplished something, and he would always set people up for success, not for failure. And so how does that look for you in your leadership, especially with these basketball players? How do you set them up for success, not just on the court, but in life?
Well, there's a couple things. One, anytime you come to someone, you have to be genuine, meaning what I say is what I do. And they're going to see it. People know. People know. If what you say does not match what you do, they'll have very little credibility. But the whole idea, as I learned, it's my experience. In my experience is that when you're dealing with someone, whether it's a friend, a basketball player, a coworker, is if you can get over yourself and focus on, I want Danny to be the best version that Danny can be. Not what I want you to be. It's what God put in you to make you the best we could do. Scott Connor and I talk about this a lot. What can we do to serve people to make them the best versions of themselves? Now, deal with our basketball players. We have all kinds of little analogies that we use. And it is a public school. I'm at Delta College. And we're able to make sure we're able to pass them on. So what I want to do is I want to make better people. And funny enough, making better people with Christian principles, they're better people.
Yeah.
It just happens to be that way.
It's almost like the person or the being that created us knew the best way for us to live, right? It's kind of crazy how
and that's works. What it is. And this is what to talk about. I give an example. I give an example to my my basketball team all the time. I tell them a story, and this is maybe 10 years ago, where I have a niece, and she's about 3 years old, and we're all sitting on our deck. And our deck has a couple steps as they go down, and she's kind of wobbling as she runs. And so she starts to wobble towards the steps. And so if I didn't get up and grab her, and I did, I got up and grabbed her by her leg, and she fell down flat on her face. And she stubbed her nose and she started crying. Okay? But if I didn't grab her, she would have fell down those stairs and had worse problems.
Yeah.
And so I tell that story to say, look, and every day I will do it every single time I will grab you, and it's going to hurt, but it's to prevent you from falling down the big stairs. And so I tell that, and you know what? I believe that's biblical.
Yeah.
God has these things called the 10 Commandments. They're not trying to limit you. It might hurt. I mean, shoot, it might be fun to do certain of those things that they're talking about, but there's those big stairs that you could fall down if you don't follow those rules. And we have another term. I mean, lots of other things I could share about you. If you want, I could tell you a little more, but that's kind of the idea. We're trying to make you better. We're trying to make a better version of yourself. And once you wake up every morning with, okay, how can I help my team and my assistants become better versions of themselves? It is amazing. It is amazing the things that can happen.
Thank you for watching this Oak by the River content. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, if you would do us a favor and hit that like and subscribe button, and maybe even think about sharing it so we can continue to reach as many people as possible. Thank you very much.